All right. Welcome in, everybody. We are here for the first episode of our Dragon Age series. It's Wednesday, so as promised, I'm here in the wizard getup. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day today. Just sending out a notification that I'm live, and then we'll go ahead and get started. I guess while I'm doing that, though, we'll get this cutscene going.
The Chantry teaches us that it is the hubris of men which brought the Darkspawn into our world. The mages had sought to usurp heaven, but instead, they destroyed it. They were cast out, twisted and cursed by their own corruption. They returned as monsters, the first of the Darkspawn.
Man, this cutscene goes so far.
They became a blight upon the
This
lands,
game.
unstoppable and relentless.
What's up? I see we got our first person in. Welcome. Thanks for coming and hanging out.
The kingdoms were the first to fall.
Enjoy the
And
wizard
from the deep
get up,
roads,
my friend.
The Darkspawn drove at us again and again, until finally we neared annihilation.
The Grey Wardens? It may already be too late. All right, so important questions are now being asked. Making the character. I've been thinking about it, and I'm torn. I'm torn between an elven rogue or a Dalish elven rogue, specifically, just with how because let me bring this back a little bit. So my intent is we're going to go all the way through the series, all the expansions, the DLCs, and we're going to go all the way through to the end of Trespasser in preparation for Dragon Age Dreadwolf. I've mentioned it a few times on some previous streams, but for anybody who's missed it or is unaware, there's rumors that we may be getting Dragon Age Dreadwolf this year. So in anticipation, where it has been a while since I've played through the full trilogy, I'm going to go back through and play all of the games. So, now, bringing it back to where we started, with that said, taking a character all the way through, there's a few different lore implications that are kind of at play, right? So with the Dalish in particular, there's the Alluvions, and those maintain their importance at least through all three games, right? They come back again and again. So playing as a Dalish Warden, it does add that to the story, right? On the other hand, if we play a human mage, then once we play Dragon Age 2, we actually see that we have a familial connection to Dragon Age 2's protagonist. Not to mention also that mages are just so much fun in this game, and I think that this is the point where they are the most fun in the entire series. There's just so much freedom and flexibility with the builds. You just don't really get as much of that in the later iterations in the series. So there is also, alternatively, the option to play a dwarf, which on the surface definitely connects to the overall story a little bit less until we get to Descent. I think that's the name of the Inquisition DLC, where we end up getting some pretty big lore drops in regards to the dwarves, but I think that that's more honestly an argument to play a dwarf in Inquisition. Yeah, so I think it still really comes down to a Dalish rogue or a human elven or a human mage. Ha. Man, I do make a good point on the skill trees, because as much fun... Too bad I don't have the Dalish elf mod installed. That would just solve all my problems. Oh well. Is the option... Can we become Queen of Ferelden as a mage? If we like fully romance Alistair. I think that it's going to depend on whether or not, like, which romance we get, the hard romance or the soft romance. Honestly, I think we're going to go for the Elven Rogue. All in all, it's been a long time since I played a rogue in this one. I think rogues get ranger. I could do a ranger assassin. So many options. I should have come prepared with my character. Oh man, like me showing up to session 0 and I haven't prepped anything. Yeah. But I think the biggest thing that's holding me back right now is I'm thinking of a blood mage spirit healer, but I don't have any I don't have any of the specializations unlocked, because I previously been playing this game through the EA app, but this is my first full playthrough on my GOG copy of the game, so that provides some fun story opportunities going Blood Mage Art or Blood Mage Spirit Healer, because we would have to essentially go and recruit Win and have her teach us Spirit Healer, and then we have to, in Redcliffe, we have to have the demon teach us blood magic. I'm just going for the Dalish. Screw it. I guess we'll start with this one. Skin tone. She lives outside in the forest and stuff, you know. Not really doing the makeup. Gotta have our Dalish tats, though. How else would we know who owns us? For anybody who didn't quite get that, it's alright. We're playing through the whole series here. Playing through the whole series, and I, especially with this game, have a pretty heavy emphasis on lore to my approach. This is actually, so, while we're making the character here, this is actually the game that really got me interested in RPGs. Before this, I had only ever played... I do have some appearance mods. Before this, I had only ever really played Fable, actually. Fable 1 and 2 were the only RPGs I'd ever really played. But they were just so different, you know, in the way that they approached their role-playing. A lot more through direct in-game actions and consequences, right? Like, you save this peasant, you get good points. You kill this person, you get evil points. Whereas her face, though, with some of these hairs, she kind of looks like a dude. So I found this game, Dragon Age Origins, this will age me a little bit, back at Blockbuster. I used to go and rent games at Blockbuster all the time as a youngster, and yeah, I just was not down for that face. Maybe we'll start with this one. She looks a little bit more kind of like Liliana here. Intensity. Let's definitely tone down that. Looking scary, girl. And I also am changing my mind about that particular tattoo. Oh, maybe not. Because I really like this one, but the coming off of her mouth almost makes her look like she has facial hair. That one's sick, though. I think that one is June. I think this one's June. Or Gillenan, maybe. I actually like this one. This is the one we're going to go with. That looks good on her. Alright. Alright. Yeah, this face looks much better. She looks less boyish. Oi, boyo! I always think it's funny when I play a female character in my RPGs because I will often forget. I'll be like going full badass and I just start letting out my battle warrior voice. I'm like, oh, yes! And then all of a sudden, I'm like, somebody else is in the room. I'm like, oh yeah, right. I am actually playing a lady character. Or I'll like be choosing dialogue options and I give them just the weirdest warrior, you know, man warrior voice. And I'm like, oh wait. Ooh, that might be the hair right there. Oh, Schnarkies. I think that's the one. I don't even think I need to go any farther. Oh, man. I like the eye shape. Let's make them one size bigger. Yeah, that works for me. I think I'm pretty much set on the rest of the face. I don't really need to do much here. It's not a super crazy character creator, so I don't really spend too much time going crazy here. that. Yeah. And gonna name her Lorana Mahariel. All right. Okay. So we're gonna do 2 for Dex, 2 for Con, 1 for Cunning. Okay. Oof. Actually, I'm gonna put that Cunning point in Strength, and then I always take Coercion at the beginning, every single time. We got to take our Deft Hands for our lock picking. And I didn't take... I took Coercion. So, I cannot take any weapon skills to start off. Awesome. And we're going to be rocking and rolling on Nightmare. This is actually one game that I do like to get a little bit sweaty at. Maybe if there's 2 of us. Oh, man. Hey, welcome in, Nomi. Welcome. Just in time. Hey, we're out here making new memories today. Look at that. Glad to have you here. Glad to have you here. Your timing is perfect. We just got done making our character. Oh my goodness, the text is so small. I'm going to have to for sure read all of these choices. At least the ones I choose, right? Oh, where's my glasses? I'm going to have to get them. Let's find out what they're doing here. So if you've only ever played the game on consoles, it's going to look a little bit different. One of the mods I always install is Dragon Age Redesign, which this person's gone through and it's exactly what it sounds like. They redesigned all of the NPCs in the game. You can download different versions, whether it's make them more pretty or make them more lore accurate. I did kind of a balance of the two. So NPCs will look different than you recognize, or than you might remember. So, how's my day? My day was awesome, actually. It was a beautiful day today. So I went out on a bike ride. In my area, we've just got forests and woods all over the place. So I got to go explore some new stuff and see some nature. How was your day? It was very pretty. If you've been to this cave, then you should have treasure to prove it. Let's go. That's a pretty big deal. And why not? Nice. Nice. Well, I'm glad to hear the new job's going well. Yeah. Nah, we frightened them enough. They won't bother us. Shouldn't we inform the keeper? Oh, Tamlin. Hey! You let me know. We'll make sure that we are, we got a place for you. Alright, real quick, I do need my glasses because holy crap, that text is so tiny. My face is hurting, scrunching up just trying to get to it. So, I'll be right back. Give me, like, 2 minutes. Not even. I forgot they're actually down here. Somewhere. There we go. Okay. Maybe now I'll be able to see. Maybe even clearly now. You could say that the rain is gone. Yes, the doggos. They're both down here hanging out with me today. All right. Here we are, all ready and set to go. All right, Tamlin. You best swap your weapon style and go get up in their faces, my guy. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Oh, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to move my camera down here. There we go. Okay. That's better. Yeah, that's better. This game, super awesome, but it does not always run very well on modern hardware. Okay. Okay. Dude, yeah. I could see it, especially so where are you at in Baldur's Gate? That's a fun one. I definitely noticed a difficulty spike towards the end of Act 2. Okay. Okay. Hey, you know what? It takes a minute to get used to it, especially if you're not as familiar with D&D video games in particular. Like, having a familiar with D&D definitely helps, but yeah, playing games like that, as well as Larian's previous games as well, I feel like definitely helped. But no, you just suck. Ah, whatever. Trying to find a way into the city and keep dying. Like the Tieflings camp? Nah, man. This cave wasn't here before, and that chips me out. We should be careful. Okay. Maybe you just need to drop the difficulty down. My second playthrough, I did it story only, because I just wanted to go through. You know, I didn't want to have to struggle too hard. I had just barely beaten it. I'm like, all right, I need to see what happens if I play Dark Urge from the other perspective now. And so I literally just did a second Dark Urge playthrough immediately after. And yeah, I dropped the difficulty down. I want to I want to do a stream for Baldur's Gate, but we'll see. We'll see. We might have to finish Jade Empire before I jump into that. Tamlin, bro, you gotta get your stuff together. I am the rogue, and I'm surviving more than you, my guy. I think that's unacceptable. For sure. For sure. Actually, fun fact, I don't know if you know this or not. So BioWare made the original Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, and years later they made this game as kind of they branded it in all the marketing as the spiritual successor to the Baldur's Gate series. And so it makes a lot of sense why this would be giving you a lot of Baldur's Gate energy. And I feel like Baldur's Gate 3 carried a lot of BioWare's kind of legacy into that game, especially with the dialogue. Oh my goodness, like especially with the cutscenes. I just felt so much like playing it for the first time. I'm like, man, this is everything that I would hope Dragon Age 3 would be, you know? So yeah, fun wizarding fact of the day for you. My boy Tamlin over here. Oh yeah, right. Okay. I cannot use Bregan's bow yet. I need more dexterity. But we're gonna do that and that. Okay, right. +1 to all the attributes. What's up? I think we gotta do that. Oh my goodness, it's so tiny. I like, for all the people that are watching on mobile, that's probably just like little scratches on the screen. Ooh, man, reduce hostility? I think that's gonna be the one. Alright, and then yeah, we're gonna go with the Wicked Oath. Oh man, another +1 to all attributes though. I think that's a winner. And then we're gonna use that guy. Love that. Love that. So essentially what this is I own all the DLCs and stuff, so those give you access to like special DLC items for the main campaign. A bunch of like armor and accessories and tomes and stuff like that to give your character an early game power boost, which is pretty awesome. You also get additional gear and stuff if you beat those DLCs. So if I had played through those previously, I would have access to some additional stuff here. We're going to drop one more in strength, because it is important for rogues to have some strength. We don't want it to be too high because it will interfere with some abilities later on. We want to keep cunning higher than strength, but definitely want some strength. We're going to pop one more into dex and constitution. The way that I play my characters, I always do constitution on my main characters, whether I'm playing a mage or a rogue or a warrior. I usually have more health than the tank. I feel like it's necessary when you're playing on Nightmare. You gotta be taking constitution on your levels, and pretty much every character is gotta be sitting at around 20. But I don't know. Okay. So we're going to take improved coercion. Not that, you know what? Yeah. Yeah. The reason being, okay, the reason being why I'm foregoing my combat skills for the moment is because the first place I'm going to go after Ostagar is going to be the Dalish camp. And in order to do particular dialogue choices, I think you have... Yeah, you know what? Screw it. We're going with combat expertise because we don't quite need that yet, and that's honestly a good little boost, so... Yeah, thank goodness for the zoom option. That's gnarly. That's gnarly. Like, I'm on a 16.5-inch screen, and I'm still sitting here like, what does that say? Carol, come read the screen! So I can't even imagine, dude. Oh, get the trap. All right, peacing out. I love that I don't actually have to sit there for the full trap animation to actually disarm it. I just gotta walk up and have my character kneel down real quick. Do a little squat. Dang, Tamlin. Bro. Bro. Why are you dying? Alright. Come on, man. Get some backstabs in. Okay. Bringing it back. Tamlin. I'm not giving you another one of my potions, bro. This guy. Hey, thanks. I have come to entertain. Tamlin is, man. I'm pretty sure he's a warrior. I'm pretty sure that if I go right here, yeah. Warrior, that says. This guy is a wet piece of tissue paper. The spiders look at him wrong and he just like withers up and dies. And it's like, come on, man. Come on. Look at that. Just doing a squat. Ooh, I like that. Getting another potion. Alright, that was a better shield too, so hold up. Hold up, Tam. I got you. Tam. That's not a better shield, actually. He can't use my better shield. See what I'm talking about? I got F5, so now I just be hitting it. Every time I do something in the game, I'm like, F5, quick save. I can't do that squat a second time. Alright, let's get some backstabs in. If you've only ever played this on console as well, the combat plays out way differently on PC comparatively to consoles. Primarily this function right here, paused, right? Pressing the spacebar, action pauses. I can swap between my different characters, give them commands and actions, and then press play. And that right there makes a world of a difference when it comes to the combat in this game. Tamlin, don't go no farther, bro. Yes, we love the backstabs. No matter what we're playing, we love backstabs. Okie doke. Alright, okay. We came out of that fight looking a little bit better. A cunning trap! Ooh, man. I have no idea how many times I have played this game. But it's a lot. It is a lot. Back in my youth, I would just play this game all the time. I would just play it back to back to back to back. I would just do playthrough after playthrough. Because it was just so good. And I couldn't find anything else quite like it. It's worn, but it looks vaguely familiar. They are some big-ass spiders, for sure. Elven god statues in a human ruin. Man, they be out here planting seeds. Even that early, man. Even that early. Ooh-wee. We're nowhere near our Lathan, and this proves nothing. Alright, gotta get out of that poison cloud. No, thank you. Tamlin, don't stay there and fight, bro. Lorana Lathalosa. You know what? Nah, man, I'm sorry. I refuse. You do not get any more of my potions. Spoiler, I don't think Tamlin is going to make it much longer. Man, the origin system in this game, what an underrated concept, man. Like, I can't really think of another RPG that has done this and done it like this, right? The closest one that I can think of off the top of my head is Cyberpunk 2077, actually, which those origin stories were arguably kind of bad, especially if you played Corpo, right? It's like one conversation, you fly over the city, bam, you're done, right? But what a just absolutely cool concept to have a different opening level for your character based off of who you chose as your character, right? Like imagine playing Baldur's Gate 3 and like you have a mission before the Nautiloid, before you're on the Mind Flayer ship, where you get to have like an opening with whatever character you chose to kind of introduce you not only to your character but the world and the motivations and all of that. Though the monkey's wrench in that is Dark Urge, right? Dark Urge's character, you can't really do... That would be the Corpo origin story, right? The one that you get, like, a cutscene and then it's over. Because anything more than that is just straight-up spoilers for way later on in the game. So, dude, go away. Oof, okay. I don't think I'm going to be able to archery this up. Let's get backstabs in. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs. Yeah. You're pathetic, Tamlin. You should feel sad about yourself, bro. If you ever went missing in a dark ruin, I wouldn't look for you, Tamlin. Level up! Let's go. Alright, so we're going to keep it rolling. Right now, we're okay on strength. I'm going to end up pushing that a little bit more, but for now, we're going to keep pushing our decks. We're going to do another one in Cunning and another in Con. So splitting up our stats like this, it means that we reach certain thresholds later than we would if we were just doing like 2 Dexterity, 1 Cunning type of thing. But on the other hand, I'm going to grab Coercion now. On the other hand, our character is going to end up a lot more powerful over time. And will stay a lot more powerful consistently throughout the story. Hey, thanks. This is one game in particular that my knowledge is very comprehensive. I'm definitely not a Dragon Age noob. I think we're going for Melee Archer this time. Makes it so that we are a little bit better with our bow and less likely to be interrupted in the event that somebody attacks us with some melee attacks. So there's some loot back here, but Tamlin has other ideas. I don't trust it, and neither should you. Get away from it, Tamlin. This guy. Famous last words, Tamlin. I just need to take a closer look. There's a lot of speculation amongst the community as to what city Tamlin saw right there. The common consensus is that it might have been Arlathan, but the biggest argument I have for that is the fact that he said underground. Now, what I think is going down here is a little bit later on in this mission, we're going to find out that that mirror is tainted by the Darkspawn taint. So what I think is going down is it might actually just be linked to a specific place down in the Deep Roads where the Archdemon is right now. Because everything tainted right now is connected to the Archdemon. It has some sort of connection, even a small one. Even when you meet ghouls down in the Deep Roads, they'll talk about how they can hear the song. So they can hear the call of the old gods. So it would make sense then if the mirror was linking itself directly, or even potentially that's how it became tainted in the first place, was that the place that it is linked to is somewhere where one of these old gods is currently residing. But I'm fine for Fenrir, Fenrir, but a little groggy. There was a human? 2 days? Okay, this is a whole lot. I need to go talk to the keeper. Well, that's good. No waiting line. So then Tamlin could be sick as well. All I remember is the mirror. Questions, questions. Always questions. Oh man, this game. My character's so pretty. It's the hair. Yeah, I'm up to it, Keeper. I feel fine. take Meryl to the cave and find Tamlin. I understand, Keeper. Pray for me, Keeper. Okay, cool. So good stuff, good stuff. We're going to wander around here and grab a few things while we're here. Yes, I'm going with Meryl. Okay. Come with us. We're gonna go tell the Keeper that you're coming, bro. We ain't sneaking about. We're not no sneaky snakes. Yeah, I want to bring Fenrir with me to the cave. Yes. See? Look at that. No need to be sneaky snacks. Alright. We're going to go around and grab all of this because we get XP each time that we grab one of those. So this is about the City Elves. It's hard to tell our children about those of our people who have decided to live in the Shemlin cities. They ask, why would anyone want to be treated like that? And sometimes I don't know what to say. I do not understand it myself. They were freed, but they have returned to live in the service of their former masters. They are housed like animals in walled sections of the Shemlin cities. They do the meanest of tasks and are rewarded with nothing. Why? I do not know. We tell the children that the Elven are strong, that we are a proud people, but they hear of these city elves who choose to toil under the human's heavy hand. How do we teach them pride when they know there are others who would allow themselves to be trampled into the dust? So we tell them that their people... So we tell them that these city elves are to be pitied, and that they have given up on their people, given up on their heritage. We tell them that when freed, they know... We tell them that some people are so used to being controlled that when freed, they know not what to do with themselves. They are weak and afraid of the unfamiliar, afraid of our life as wandering. Above all, they are afraid even to hope that one day we may have a home of our own. Man, those are really small. I'm like sitting here getting right up to the screen to read it. But there are definitely a few, at least, that I'm going to make sure I do that for, because getting that important lore... Oof, Arlathan Part 1. Ooh, that's a long one, man. It's a long one. It's alright, we're not going to do that right now. We're definitely going to spend some time reading some of these codex entries for the Elven gods and their pantheon and Arlathan and all that, but I do kind of want to get out of the origin story. Fenrir, this is an important one. The Dread Wolf. Arguably the single most important character, at least out of the first 3, maybe even 4 games. So now that we've learned about the difference between city elves and Dalish elves, let's talk to Paul here. No face tats, you'll see. You're not a Dalish, are you? Prove yourself to be useful, and the clan will be your home. I almost blew smoke back into my pipe when he's like, I almost shot you, Paul. I'm like, dang, man, what a thing to say to your friend. I almost shot you. I thought you were a human. Okay. This guy is scary looking. Look at that. Look at that face. Against the what tribes? Did he say the plain tribes? I don't know what conflict this guy is referring to right now. Seems like a throwaway line. Alright, time to put that coercion to use. Can I have a bow as well, Mr. Island? Yeah, let's bring it. May I see your crafts? Yeah, we need to buy some health potions while we're here. That's what I'm really here for. You can sell that great sword. And the Ash Warrior's axe. Ooh. I'm gonna swap over to that bad boy. Oh, dang, I did not get my shield back from Tamlin. Whatever. And we'll get the injury kits too. Full disclosure, totally gonna take advantage of a glitch, but I will do it off stream, where you duplicate items, particularly since we're playing on Nightmare. We're gonna make sure that we're walking around with all the health potions we could possibly need. Definitely lowers down the difficulty a little bit, but hey, whatever. But we'll do that off stream. In the meantime, we're just going to keep going. Nice. Elf flight arrows, which, speaking of... Oh, it's literally one arrow. Elf flight arrow. Man, Meryl goes through a big redesign shift from this game to Dragon Age Origins. Or, sorry, Dragon Age 2. She makes a comeback in Dragon Age 2, and yeah, she not only looks different, but her whole personality is very, very different going into the next game. But that's okay, you know. I don't know if they really intended much for her character initially, so I can appreciate. I can be okay with the rewrites where she did end up getting more fleshed out. So, Fenrirel's coming with us. Any objections? The keeper said she's fine with it. Let's go. All right. Another fun fact for you. Some more shared heritage between Dragon Age Origins and the original Baldur's Gate games is they actually share the same composer for the music. Einon Zur did all the music for this game and most of the music for Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. That would make sense. What does evil smell like? I think I would have noticed Meryl. I'm fine. Why do you ask? I'm fine. Cool. Fenrel, you need to, yeah. Oh, geez, Louise, my guy. 24 what? Alright. Man, I didn't really play Starfield, but Einon Zur also did the music for that, and I need to give it a listen. No, this wasn't here when I came through. It's fresh. No. No forest creatures at all. It's too quiet. Careful. I don't like this. Oh. Right. Blocked? Blocked? Absurd, I say. So I started watching this show today, Nomi. It's called Outer Range. It's on Amazon, and it takes place in Wyoming. Like follows this cattle rancher, and he finds a hole in space-time on his farm. I watched the first 2 episodes today. It's pretty good. It stars the guy who played Thanos in Endgame, and he was also Gurney Halleck in Dune Part 1 and 2. Which, oof, so good. My physical copy of Dune Part 2 showed up today. Ooh. Oh, man. I'm excited. I'm excited. I can't believe it's already been 2.5 months since it came out. But for one, most importantly, I'm excited for the deleted scenes. Because all of Thufir Hawat's scenes got cut from the theatrical release of the movie. So I'm very excited to watch all the deleted scenes and stuff. Maybe they took him hostage. She didn't seem to buy that. She said, maybe. You know what, Meryl? No one asked you. Suck a fish. So I'm planting my very first garden this year. And my tomato plants are doing so good. Today was their first day spending the day outside. They're all still in pots. Because I am in zone 6B, so it still gets pretty cold here into May, but I've got about another week and a half until I'm going to be planting them in the ground. It's pretty exciting. Some of them are already like a good 7-8 inches tall, so I'm mad hyped. I'm going to be making all sorts of like salsa and spaghetti sauce and oh man, yeah. I'm gonna make some fun stuff this year. And our strawberry bush is popping off. I keep like walking around and finding all sorts of plants that the former owner planted before we bought the house. So like I found chives growing out there. We also found Chinese chives, which are also known as garlic chives. And those are super yummy. Got some cilantro planted out there. I found mint, and I was excited initially, and then I spent more time dealing with mint, and it is now the bane of my existence. I'm going to be spending the rest of the summer digging that stuff up. But I did dig up some of it and put it in a pot, so that way I can keep my mint without having it, you know, be mint, which is super duper invasive. Mint is gnarly. It was like growing up into the vinyl in my house. It was insane. Absolutely insane. By the gods! Oh. A cunning trap. Where? It's a trap. It's a trap! Oh my goodness, where? Lady. Oh. Okay, hold up. It was like not lighting them up. Oh! Alright. Cool beans. Here we go. Oh, yeah, actually, let's get that emissary first. Yo, Meryl, your attacks are being blocked, so relocate so that they are not. I don't understand what's so difficult about that. Yo, what are you doing? Man, the executions in this game still so cool. Still so cool. I remember there was a mod I used to have for Skyrim back in the day that like added Dragon Age style execution moves like that to the game. And this game came out 2 years before Skyrim. Sorry, it's very different. But anywho, I definitely like those cool execution moves. I just wish that mages had them. That would be sick. They don't. But that would be some banana bread at work, dude. Yeah, I don't. So I did unlock Ranger. I was playing through a few months ago, and I did unlock Ranger because I got out of Lothering, so I was able to buy it from Bodan. But that's the only one I have, which honestly is super cool because the specializations really do force you to be thorough in your exploration of the game. Like Duelist, for example, you can't get unless you go to Denerim, and then go to a particular tavern in Denerim and meet an NPC, and then like go through her interaction and ask her to teach you. So like all of the specializations are like scattered and hidden throughout the game. Some of them are simple. You can just go and buy the book from a merchant. But others, you've got to actually go and find the person in the game who knows that specialization and ask them to teach it to you. Luckily, a lot of those people are your squad mates, your party, right? So that definitely helps. All right, we're going to take dual weapon training for this one, because we do get run up on quite a lot. Let the body hit the flow. Whoop. If you heard the fighting, why didn't you help? Duncan, my man. No, though we knew you'd be here. Yeah. Tamlin touched the mirror and I blacked out. Can we fix it? It is spreading. Perhaps there is something to what you say. My guy, what? What does that mean? Well, what about Tamlin? I'm still alive. He could be too. Wouldn't there at least be a body? Yeah. I'm not ready to give up the search just yet. Then wait outside. I'll be out when I'm ready. So I know that we're not going to find Tamlin here, but while I am here streaming, I actually want to show a cool little Lord of the Rings Easter egg. So, oof, yeah, let's save real quick. The corpses are a little bit of a giveaway, right? That it's an ambush, it's a trap. Okay. So, there's a fun little Lord of the Rings Easter egg here. So, we are here, right, in a ruin that has human architecture, elven statues, and artifacts, but then we find a strange dwarven statue here as well. A strange statue commemorating... Oh, what did it say? Ah, it's not going to let me do it. But it was commemorating the dwarves who dug too high and too frugally. So, a fun little... Oh my... Whoa. Things went sour for her really fast. Holy crap. Oh. Sorry. I'll keep talking in a second. This is the, like, one fight in this origin story where things actually feel like I'm on nightmare difficulty. Oh, shit. He just died? Uh-oh. I will not fail. That's right. No dying, Lorana. And this is why we were not letting Tamlin drink our potions. Because, knew we were gonna need him here. Quickly! Alright, cool beans. We survived. A strange statue commemorating the emergence of and short-lived trading relationship with dwarves who dug too high and too frugal and struck elves. So instead of delving too deep and too greedily, they dug too high and too frugal. And instead they formed trade relations with the elves instead of stumbling upon a demon of smoke and fire. Drums in the depths. Man. I really need to go back through Lord of the Rings. Maybe I'll go back through the audiobooks. I don't know. Because, like, there's just something about reading those ones physically, too. And, I don't know. My to-be-read list this year is too long already. And playing these games now has me being like, oh, man, I need to reread through the Dragon Age books. Which, oof. Especially the first few, just so good, man. One of my favorite fantasy universes of all time, for sure. It's got some good lore. Good lore in Dragon Age. Good world building. This is what got me interested in world building and lore and stuff to begin with. Nothing. He's gone. Bum bum bum. Very well, keeper. Something I was just thinking of is I'm playing a rogue, right? And I always end up building my characters to be more like warriors in this game in particular, right? But the class that I have the least amount of fun with is the warrior, unless I'm doing a dual wield archer warrior, because it's just so different. It's so different, and I just always feel like an absolute savage berserker king, like rolling around with like double axes, and then in like full plate armor, and swapping into a bow, shooting at people while they're running up, and then going to the dual axes and just mowing through hordes of darkspawn. It just feels so cool, and you mix that with berserker and reaver, and oh man, it is an absolute insane time. So but that's what I'm talking about with this game, man. Like, compared to the rest of the series, there's just so much variety in builds. Like, or more diversity in build variety. You can get real creative. Mm. Yes, Haran. He is dead. I don't recognize that poem. It's incorrect. I wonder what Uthanara actually was, because the long sleep. There's things that we find out in Inquisition that completely shatter the Dalish elves' version of history that they pass on throughout the first two games. I don't know. I almost think that. I don't know. I guess I'll have to tuck that my theory that I'm sitting on back up inside my hat, and we'll talk about it when we get to the point in Inquisition where that is revealed through the lore of what I'm talking about here. Because if I'm playing through the whole series, might as well be as spoiler-free as possible. Okay. The Keeper wants me to tell you to prepare a service. Thank you, Haran. Certainly, Haren. Long ago, we were slaves to the humans. The Tevinter Imperium. Freed by a human. Which, good luck with that. But the humans wouldn't let us be. Then the humans declared war on the Dales. It was way more complicated than all that. We chose wandering the lands rather than the human rule. We shall return the old ways to those who have lost them. We are the last Elvenan. Never again shall we submit. I should go. Whoa, actually, hold up. I can ask him if elves lived in caves? Did elves ever live in caves? Okay. Anything else that I missed? Get a 9. Meh. Ah, yep, definitely did. Okay. Bam. All right, let's actually give us our first save. Save 1. Bam. All right. What does this have to do with my cure? Can't you just give me the cure? This is very sudden. If this is my duty, then I will go. I would like to stay for Tamlin's funeral. Hmm. Music is so good in this game. Definitely a good call on BioWare's part, bringing back the Baldur's Gate composer for this game. Oh, wait, welcome. Man, I really like Kalen's character. He has tons of faults, as with really, I think, any of the characters in this game, right? But that's what makes them so much more believable and memorable at that, right? I am Lorana, Your Majesty. I thought humans considered us dangerous vagrants. To be fair, I didn't realize things were going so well. Yet you don't sound very reassured. then maybe we should move quickly. What do you need from me? Cool. And this is where we're going to create save 2. And we're going to pause here for just a few moments. I have drank an entire pot of coffee since we started this stream, so I need to run to the little boy's room, but we'll plan to be back in about 5 minutes. In the meantime, hang tight, friends. Nice. Alright. Here we go, here we go. Getting into Ostagar proper. Oh, man. Alright. My goal, we're going to see if I'm being overly ambitious, but my goal for this stream is to get all the way through Ostagar. We'll see how that goes. But I'm looking for the Grey Warden named Alistair. Cool. I'll be on my way then. Tell me about the king. You must see him a lot. I have my doubts. I didn't know Kalen. Do they fight often? I should go. Is the Terran inside? What's he doing right now? Just out here like fangirling, like, Terran Logain! I would like an audience with the Terran, please. It's a bad supposition you're making there, bud. Yes, I am. A fascination you don't share. That was a reference to the Stolen Throne novel by David Gator. So good. If you want any sort of background context to Logain in particular, 10 out of 10 recommend the Stolen Throne. I have never been able to play this game and approach this guy's character the same way since reading those books. Stolen Throne and The Calling in particular. The Calling gives us some additional context and backstory to Alistair's character, as well as to the one of the antagonists for the Awakening expansion. But yeah, we get a lot of context to why Logain is the way he is and why things play out the way they do throughout this game. So if you like the story of Dragon Age and you have not read those books, I would highly recommend picking them up. They're pretty easy read. I think my first time I read them in like a day or two. They go by real quick. I ate them up. So David Gator knows how to write. That's for sure. I don't know. I don't know if I'm reading it. You don't seem very fond of him. Marek, too. Pretty much all of the Stolen Throne and the Calling are from Marek's perspective. So if you want any history, backstory, anything like that in regards to, you know, the former king of Ferelden and the Orlesian occupation and bringing the Grey Wardens back to Ferelden, good stuff. Good stuff in those books. I have not read To Winter Nights, which is the most recent one. It's like a collection of short stories, which I really should check that one out. But the most recent one I read was, I think, Last Flight. Yeah, because that one comes after The Masked Empire. What do you mean? Yes, I do. Yes. Yes, you are supposed to give that sword to me. Oof. Sorry, man. No elven solidarity here. You're a city elf, so we ain't brothers. And that sword is, it's a good little boost. It's a good little boost for early game. Inspect. This ring was carved from a piece of willow, with images of foxes and hares decorating it, given to us by the keeper. Okay, so we got a few things to do around here in Ostagar. We're going to start with the Kennel Master here. What's the problem? No, actually, I don't know anything about dogs, dude. And why do you think I could... Oh, actually, just how smart is this dog? I'll give it a shot. Don't worry, we're putting the muzzle on him. The fact that you can kill the dog right here is heartbreaking. Not an option I'd ever choose. I might be. Why? I'll see if I can find one. I had considered playing a little bit more of a kind of ruthless Warden in this game, but I think I'm not gonna do that. I might be a little bit more pragmatic, but definitely not ruthless. Mostly, primarily, just because we're playing an evil character in Jade Empire right now. So I can't be evil across all the RPGs I'm playing at the moment. Pleased to meet you. It's not luck, but skill that will save us. You've faced Darkspawn before, then? We call it the Beyond, but I know of no connection. What's the Black City? I'm a polytheistic pagan that worships nature gods, and this sounds very Christian of you. The the chantry says many things. I'll just kill every darkspawn I see then. It's cool. Right off the bat, you know, we're getting some of the kind of potential political motivations around all this stuff, right? Like, we see the one-sided storytelling of the elves. Like, we were enslaved by a horrible empire, and then we were freed, completely omitting that it was a human that freed them. And the humans just couldn't leave us be, so they marched to war against us, completely ignoring that the Dales had been, like, kind of antagonistic towards the nearby humans for a long time, and were killing Chantry missionaries that were trespassing in their lands. And then, you know, like, looking down on the city elves and everything, right? Like, you could see that their stories that they tell themselves, their lore, right, is politically motivated, just like any real history. And then we're seeing the same here with Wynn. We talked to her, and she's talking about the origins of the Darkspawn, and how the only real explanation that anyone in this world has as to where the Darkspawn came from is essentially the Bible. You know, like, someone's out here thumping on their religious text and saying, well, they sinned against God, and so God sent them back as monsters. And it's like, okay, man. Needless to say, we know that that story is true to a certain extent. The involvement of the Maker is always left as a question mark in this series. But we do know for a fact that that is, at least in part, how the Darkspawn came to be. We don't know if those were the first Darkspawn, though. And in fact, we have hints in the lore that they were not the first Darkspawn, and that they may have just been the people to bring the taint back into the world. That it may have been, like, slumbering. Who knows? Another thing that we'll kind of have to explore as we get into Inquisition. Yes, Gandalf the Young. Welcome. Welcome. Glad to have you in. Doing some Dragon Age playing here today. There's the rumors and speculation that Dreadwolf is coming this year, so I'm doing re-going back through the trilogy. I do Dragon Age every couple years, but it's been a while since I've done all of them. Glad to have you in. Thanks for being here. Dude, yeah. Mass Effect is also S tier for sure. Though I think I have a greater appreciation for Mass Effect just because I feel like the quality stays more consistent throughout the series, where I don't necessarily feel the same way about Dragon Age, particularly Dragon Age 2. Not really a secret to anybody in the community, right? It has its its pluses. But it's all right because we're here to go through all of it. We're doing all the DLCs, expansions, all the way through the trilogy. So I'm excited. Thanks for coming to join us. Now what's that supposed to mean? Hey, thank you for the follow. Always smoking. We always be smoking here too. We got the Gandalf pipe to accompany the hat. So welcome, welcome. Fit right in here, sir. Maybe they did cook this up just for our benefit. So what? That wouldn't frighten me. They're forcing you to be here? Man, it really is the little things in this game. Like, I love the subverting of expectations when it comes to Davith and Jory. When you initially meet them, you get a particular idea of who they are as people. Is there supposed to be no game audio? What? Oh. No. There definitely is supposed to be game audio. Oh, no. System sounds is set up to 100%. Oh, man. Well, thank you for calling that out. I've been going for almost 2 hours now. Okay, let's check this out. Let's see what's going on here. Interesting. I don't even know. I don't know why it's doing that. Because it did the same thing when I was trying to stream Greedfall. And then I swapped over to Jade Empire. And no issues at all. Huh. I wonder if it's because of the music, maybe? I don't know how Twitch works with flagging stuff like that, where like I have the music going for the game, so it's like licensed or something. I don't know. Man, I don't really know what to do about that. Alright, I'm gonna shut down the stream and try to boot it back up and see. We're gonna do the classic, turn it off and turn it back on. See if we get some better results here. So hang tight for just one moment, friends, and we'll see if we have some better results.